This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
We'll continue to work. We will continue to fight, and we will continue to get a hold of this crime.
A busy weekend for police in central Indiana as gun violence leaves 4 people dead in the past 48 hours. Plus, a Beach Grove family grieving tonight after a man was shot and killed in his own bed. Police now telling us tonight a family member is arrested.
We're hoping that with us staying open later, more people will come in and adopt, and we'll have cages open for animals that need them.
And a late-night adopt-a-thon event at Indianapolis Animal Care Services ends with more than 40 animals having forever homes. How you can still help the shelter save animals' lives if you missed this event. Thanks for joining us here at 11 o'clock. I'm Nicole Griffin. It was a nice end to the weekend with sunshine and warm temps. And Storm Team 6 meteorologist Kyle Mounts is standing by now with what we can expect for the start of our work week. Hey, Kyle.
Yeah, Nicole, unfortunately, we've got some rain on the way, and that is something we don't need because already this month, we're about 1.5 inches above average, and we're only 1.5 months into the new year. You can see that we've already picked up over 8 inches of rainfall there, more than 4 inches above average. The good news is everything is nice and quiet out there tonight. High pressure still in control, although we're going to see an increase in those clouds. Our temperatures have started to level off a little bit, sitting in the lower to middle 30s in downtown with a light northeast wind. We sit at 33 degrees. Now, where we still have some of that snow on the ground, that's where we find our temperatures already dipping down into the middle 20s in Peru. 28 in Tipton. Meanwhile, it's 36 for you in the Martinsville area. As you get ready to head out the door in the morning, again, we're going to be dry, not going to have to worry about any rain, but certainly want to take along the umbrella. We'll have temperatures that start the day upper 20s to right around 30 degrees. We'll take a closer look at your Monday and, of course, how much rain we can expect coming our way in a few minutes.
Kyle, thank you. New at 11 o'clock, a man is dead following a shooting on the city's northeast side. This is the 4th homicide in Indianapolis in the past 48 hours. This happened around 6 o'clock tonight on East 36th Street near Leslie Avenue. That's in a neighborhood near 38th Street and Arlington Avenue. Police tell us when they arrived, they found a man suffering from gunshot wounds. He was transported to the hospital where he died from his injuries. Right now, police are still trying to figure out what led up to this shooting. No victim or suspect information has been given at this time. Tonight, we asked police their reaction to yet another deadly shooting in Indianapolis.
It's discouraging for sure. I mean, the officers are doing exactly what we asked them to do. Like I said, they're going into the neighborhoods. They're identifying the people who are responsible for the violence. They're offering wraparound services. The officers here on North District literally carry bags of food in their car. At any point in time, they're ready to connect people with, any kind of treatment, any kind of resources that they would need at all to improve their quality of life. And so violence like this is discouraging to us.
Officers say they will keep doing their jobs and continue trying to build relationships in the community, but they are asking for your help. They need you to call police if you see something suspicious or if you have any information that could help solve a case. And tonight's homicide is just the latest in a string of violence across the area this weekend. Metro police are investigating multiple shootings across the city, 2 of which turned deadly on Saturday. On the northeast side, a double shooting left 1 man dead and another injured. This happened near 38th Street and North Emerson Avenue just before 11 Saturday morning. At last check, police say one of the victims is in the hospital in critical condition. The other was treated at the scene but was later pronounced dead. And then last night, officers were called to Forest Avenue near East Washington Street and North Rural Street. We're told several people heard gunshots here and reported it, but didn't see the suspects leaving. When officers got to the scene, they found a man dead outside in front of a house. Police haven't released any information about a possible suspect. They say neighbors are concerned, though, that the victim could be someone that is known here in this community. And tonight we are taking a closer look at the number of homicides so far this year. Not even 2 months into 2020, Indianapolis has now had 32 homicides, including the 2 Saturday and the 1 today. That's 16 more than Indy had at this time last year. And it also well outpaces the number of homicides on February 16th in 2018 and 2017. And right now on the RTV6 News app, you can find this map here. Our digital team keeps track of each homicide, so you know what's happening in your neighborhood. We have a map of all the homicides in Indianapolis in 2020. We do show you where they've happened down to the street. And as always, if you do have any information that could help police solve any of these crimes, you can leave an anonymous tip with Crime Stoppers. That number is 317-262-TIPS. If your information helps lead to an arrest, you may be eligible for a cash reward. An update tonight, an arrest has been made in the shooting death of a man killed today in Beech Grove. Police now telling us tonight the victim's 16-year-old nephew is arrested and facing a preliminary murder charge. The shooting happened around 10:20 this morning at the Beach Meadow Apartments on Diplomat Court near Beech Grove High School. Police say the victim, who has been identified as 28-year-old Devon Ford, was found shot to death in his bed. Relatives on scene told us the nephew initially blamed the shooting on 3 men.
My nephew, great nephew, said he was taking the trash out. And he said as he was taking the trash out, he saw some men pull up. And just what he's just said to me, what I'm telling you is what he said to me. He saw some men pull up. They looked at him, he looked at them, and then they went their way upstairs. So proceeded to go in the apartment complex, and next thing he heard was some gunshots.
Well, right now it is still unclear what led up to the shooting. Formal charges are expected to come at a later date after being reviewed by the Marion County Prosecutor's Office. This investigation is ongoing. New at 11 o'clock, 5 people are injured after a vehicle ran into a building in Carmel. This all happened just before 8 o'clock tonight. According to the fire department, there was a crash on Carmel Drive involving 2 vehicles. The fire department says the vehicle you see here tried to hit their brakes but may have instead hit the gas. And the SUV went across the parking lot and into liquor store Vine and Table. Luckily, the store was closed at the time, so no one inside was injured. 4 people inside the other vehicle were treated for minor injuries, and the driver inside the SUV was also treated and released. Filling a void and providing hope. That is the goal of a local nonprofit that helps people experiencing homelessness in our community. Today, Broken Arrow Outreach served turkey dinner to dozens of people outside of the Central Library downtown. This entire mission started after a Friendsgiving dinner fell through in November of 2018. So the small group decided to take the food downtown, and now, just over a year later, the organization is growing. Every month, they come to the Central Library to feed people, provide clothing and other items that they need. We talked to the people behind this mission who say it's something they love doing.
My mom just said, he was like, hey, we started a homeless outreach. We're going to go feed the homeless. You want to go? And I was just shocked and surprised. But I ended up going, and I ended up loving it.
It was something that we really loved, and it really kind of fed our souls. And we saw that there was such a big need out here. There are some people that have found themselves in this situation and not expecting it. So just to be able to give back and to look them in the eye and let them know that we see them, we care, and just to provide a little bit of hope.
Leaders with Broken Arrow Outreach say they talk to people that they help and find out what items they need. They provide large comforters, barriers to place on the ground to keep them warm, and even reading glasses. The group partners with the Lions Club and helps out the community in Marion, Hancock, and Shelby County. Tonight, thousands of dollars raised by the community will go to support a wide range of needs and services for people living on the southeast side. Tonight, the 10th annual Fire and Ice Dinner was held at the Biltwell Event Center. The fundraiser benefits Southeast Community Services. The organization, located on Shelby Street, helps kids and adults. It operates as a center for working families. They help with everything from employment, income support, and financial coaching. Leaders say this year was the best year to date for the fundraiser. Around 250 people showed up for the event.
Really getting some great support from our neighbors and folks who understand the work that is needed in all our neighborhoods in Indianapolis, not just the southeast side, but that's our priority at Southeast Community Services, and that's who we'll focus on.
The center primarily serves people who live on the southeast side but won't turn away anyone who needs their help and walks through their doors. Tonight, they had a goal to raise $5,000, and we have just learned they were able to accomplish that goal. For the 9th year in a row, Purdue University won't raise tuition at its West Lafayette campus. Through the 2021-2022 school year, tuition rates will be the same as they were in 2012, according to a press release from the university. The university will also provide a 3% salary merit pool for employees at the West Lafayette campus starting in the fiscal year beginning July 1st. Room and board rates at the West Lafayette campus have also stayed frozen for 8 years. And tonight we have good news to pass along. We've just learned tonight that 45 animals from Indianapolis Animal Care Services are out of the shelter and into their new homes. It comes after Saturday night's late night adopt-a-thon event. The shelter stayed open 4 hours later than normal, an effort to open up kennel space. In recent weeks, the shelter has seen an increase in animals coming in due to animal control officers picking up dogs left outside in the cold. The large number of adoptions yesterday means the shelter can continue saving the lives of animals in our community because now they have open kennels. We talked to one woman who is fostering Jada, who you see right there. She's a senior dog, and she brought her out to the event to help her find her new family.
Some people prefer younger dogs, but senior dogs are great because most of the time they're already potty trained. They have a good track record of playing well with others and being with families. So they already have that training that you don't have to teach a puppy or a younger dog. So they make really great companions.
Jada is still listed on Pet Finder as available tonight, but we are checking to see if she was by chance adopted. The shelter is always looking for people who may not be able to adopt to foster their animals. If you missed Saturday's event, adoptions for big dogs and cats only cost $5 for the rest of the month. Puppies and small dogs cost $60. Several people took advantage of the nice weather today to cap off their Valentine's Day weekend with a little fun in the sun. The annual Sweetheart Shuffle was held at Fort Harrison State Park. Participants could choose to do a 5K or 10K run or walk, of course. The Valentine-themed race brought out sweethearts of all ages. And one couple we spoke to says the themes make events like this more fun.
We like the themed ones for the holidays and stuff. We did a Christmas one, so you see people dressed up in Santa costumes or reindeer costumes. We did the Thanksgiving one, the big one where there was 20,000 people downtown.
Well, participants got to take home a special medal, custom shirt, and some post-race sweet treats. Sounds good to me. Well, the Daytona 500 has been postponed due to rain. We'll tell you when NASCAR's season opener will get underway. And a recall alert for ceiling fan owners, why one company says their fans could cause injuries and how you can get a refund if you have one. Kyle.
And we are enjoying some milder temperatures this weekend, but we're not done with that cold just yet when temperatures will dip back into the teens. You're watching RTV6 News at 11.
And only at Ashley Home Store. This is home. This is RTV6 News at 11. Working for you.
New tonight, the Daytona 500 has been postponed due to weather. The season opening race for the NASCAR Cup Series ran just 20 laps before being called off due to the rain. The Daytona 500 is getting extra buzz this year with President Trump serving as the race's grand marshal. The president and first lady kicked off the event by taking a lap around the course in their limousine. President Trump also delivered opening remarks. The race will be restarted tomorrow at 4 in the afternoon. A tentative U.S. Taliban peace deal has been reached, which could lead to the withdrawal of American troops from Afghanistan. Leaders of both sides are working on a proposal to reduce violence in the country for 7 days. Well, the Taliban agreeing to stop bombings and rocket attacks for that week. Although the agreement stops short of concrete peace deal, this is the first step. U.S. Defense Secretary Mark Esper says U.S. forces will stay in Afghanistan as long as necessary to support Afghans. It is still unknown when the peace proposal will go into effect. Fears of coronavirus left thousands of passengers stranded on a cruise ship quarantined in Japan. After weeks of waiting, some 400 Americans who were aboard the Diamond Princess are finally headed home. But as David Daniel reports, the evacuees face a mandatory quarantine once they're stateside.
The buses are starting to line up.
Americans aboard the Diamond Princess cruise ship are on their way back to the U.S. Docked off the Japanese port city of Yokohama since February 3rd, thousands of passengers remained on board as health officials confirmed more than 350 cases of coronavirus, the largest concentration of cases outside mainland China.
They are here to take us away.
From the balconies of their cabins, passengers watched as teams in full-body suits boarded the ship to escort them off one by one.
Sometime after 6 is when you're going to start disembarking from this.
Some 400 Americans loaded into buses destined for Tokyo, where 2 planes chartered by the U.S. government waited to bring them home. While the Diamond Princess cruise ship is finally behind them, it's not the end of the journey for those Americans headed home. Both flights are destined for U.S. Air Force bases, one in California, the other in Texas. Once they arrive, passengers face a mandatory 2-week quarantine.
Are we for sure going to be quarantined for 14 days?
Yes.
I didn't like that answer.
The Department of Health and Human Services, along with the CDC, will monitor evacuees for symptoms of coronavirus. Anyone who tests positive or exhibits symptoms will be transferred for further evaluation and treatment. I'm David Daniel reporting.
David, thank you. 46 Americans are among the more than 350 confirmed coronavirus cases aboard the Diamond Princess. Those people or anyone who shows symptoms will not be allowed to take the U.S. flights home. They will remain in a Japanese hospital for treatment. Now to your Storm Team 6 forecast. We are wrapping up a pretty nice weekend. We had sunshine today, and it was a little warmer out there.
Yeah, temperature close to 50 degrees this afternoon in Indianapolis, and we're going to hold on to some of that warmth going into the work week, and a lot of kids off school tomorrow because we got President's Day. Temperature right now is 33. We got 27 with mostly clear skies in Kokomo and Bloomington, sitting at an even 30, but that wind is very light out there tonight, and will stay that way. Kind of getting the squeeze play as far as the cloud cover. We've got one area of clouds moving off to the southeast, but more already taking shape there in Illinois and ready to move into central Indiana. No rain associated with those just yet. Right now, we're going to see those temperatures falling from the lower and middle 30s to about 30 degrees with that light northeast wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So dry tonight, dry for the morning drive here. As we go toward the middle of the day, your lunch hour, most of us still are going to be dry at that point. We start to see a few of those light rain showers moving into the western portion of the state, and then they will expand here, especially I-70 in areas to the north as we go through mid-afternoon and into the evening. May not be until tomorrow evening and tomorrow night that we see more of that rain in areas like Bloomington, Nashville, Bedford, and Seymour. But you will see some rainfall. Generally not going to see anything all that heavy out of this, but it will be a steady rain that you're going to need that umbrella for as we go into the second half of our Monday. And then this should be out of here pretty early in the morning on Tuesday. It does look like it's going to be all rain for us this go around, and could see about a quarter to possibly a half inch of rain in some locations. Again, we talked about it. The ground's already saturated and soupy out there, and looks like it's going to stay that way for the next couple of days. Temperature-wise, we'll see a pretty quick climb for the morning, but once the clouds increase and we've got those shower chances throughout the afternoon, temperatures kind of level off here in the middle 40s, but still I think everyone's going to get above average tomorrow afternoon. Even some lower 50s around Bloomington and Columbus, as you will be waiting longer in the day to see any of that rain move in for you. 47 Indianapolis and Richmond, 43 in Lafayette and Peru. That's the upside of the ups and downs of our temperature trend here over the next several days, because notice as we go Tuesday and Wednesday, we start to slide down here. We're going to get another blast of some cold air. Don't think it's going to be quite as extensive as what we had last week. 7-day planning forecast, though, still February, still can get pretty cold. The nice thing is we're going to have a lot of sunshine in the extended forecast, but there are those temperatures into the teens as we get into Thursday and Friday morning with highs in the 30s. Next weekend, though, already looking pretty good here. Things are going to rebound. I think we're going to keep that dry stretch of weather that we need, and temperatures will get close to 50 degrees by Sunday.
All right, Kyle, thank you. Sprint and T-Mobile are on the cusp of merging. The New York Attorney General says she won't appeal after losing a case aimed at stopping the deal. New York and a dozen other states sued to stop the $26 billion merger. They say it would hurt consumers by reducing competition, but a U.S. District Court judge ruled against them this month. California's Attorney General is still considering the options, but the merger now appears likely. A recall alert tonight. Thousands of ceiling fans are being recalled because the blades can fly off and cause injury. The Harbor Breeze 48-inch Santa Ana ceiling fans were sold at Lowe's between May 2014 and January 2016. Fan Industries has received 210 complaints about the blades coming off. In 10 of those cases, they did cause injuries. The company says people who have the fans should stop using them and contact them for a refund. Etch-a-Sketch turns 60 years old this year. The classic toy is shaking things up for the anniversary. It's working with other brands for limited edition versions of the red frame drawing toy. They include Monopoly, Rubik's, NASA, and comic creator Stan Lee. And by the way, this is the 85th anniversary of Monopoly. Wow, hard to believe. Well, the NBA All-Star Game is underway. Coming up, a look at the highlights and how the league honored Kobe Bryant.
The 2020 Ultima.
Elton John fans in New Zealand serenaded the singer with a "Don't Go Breaking My Heart" after he was forced to leave the stage. John says he is battling pneumonia. In an online post, the 72-year-old singer says he gave Sunday's performance everything he had, but that he was, quote, deeply upset and sorry for losing his voice. John is currently touring as part of what he says is his final world tour known as Farewell Yellow Brick Road. He will perform a rescheduled show in Indianapolis next month at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. The NBA All-Star Game is wrapping up, and right now Team LeBron is on top, beating Team Giannis 156-155. The night fittingly started with a tribute to Kobe Bryant. During the pregame ceremony, Magic Johnson led the crowd in an 8-second moment of silence, the number Kobe first wore when he joined the Los Angeles Lakers. The NBA also announced it's changing the name of the MVP award for the All-Star Game to honor Bryant. It's now called the Kobe Bryant MVP Award. Bryant was an 18-time All-Star who won a record-tying 4 All-Star MVP awards. He was the youngest player to ever play in an All-Star game at 19 years old in 1998. Kobe and his daughter Gianna were among 9 people killed when their helicopter crashed last month. A memorial for the 9 victims is scheduled for next Monday, the 24th, at the Staples Center. Rain returns to the Circle City this week. We will have one final check of your forecast coming up after this break.
The ultimate protection for your vehicle.
Grocery shoppers in Zionsville got an unexpected surprise Saturday night. A deer somehow got inside the Kroger near West Oak Street and North Ford Road and started running around. You can see the frantic animal jump over the meat counter at one point. A Kroger spokesperson joked about this, saying he hopes it noticed the plant-based protein products in the case. Well, staff was trying to catch the animal, but we are told it eventually ran out on its own. And Kyle, I don't know what I would do if I saw a deer in Kroger.
It looks like that worked out pretty well, all considered. I don't see any big clashes and disasters.
Oh, man.
Ooh, all right. Well, as we go into tomorrow, we're going to start off dry, but as we go into the afternoon and evening, that's when rain chances are going to return for us. Overall, not a bad day temperature-wise, as we'll make it into the middle and upper 40s. That 7-day forecast shows that temperatures do get a little bit colder toward the middle of the week, but we enjoy a lot of sunshine.
All right, Kyle, thank you, and thank you for joining us. Have a great night.